Up next, the WHL Show with Gabriel Newman.
Welcome. Thank you so much for joining the WHL Show. My name is Gabriel, whatever you want to call me. I am your host, and I'm super excited to start this up. This show is pretty self-explanatory. It's the WHL Show. We will cover games, statistics, talking to players, talk to staff members, and pretty much the goal is just to provide as much content and as much coverage as we can for fans and give these guys a spotlight that they deserve. Bit about me. My name is Gabe, if that wasn't clear already. I am a super big, another thing, if it wasn't clear already, super big hockey fan. I love hockey, and it's definitely something that I really enjoy, and something that I want to make a career. While I can't play it, well, I mean, I can't, but while I'm not like a professional player, like these kids are bound to be, I am wanting to work behind the scenes and in front of the camera and things like that. So hoping that this is something that helps me get off my feet and start making a difference. A couple of my favorite WHL teams are the Portland Winterhawks, the Everett Silvertips, Moose Jaw Warriors, and honestly any of the U.S. division teams, just because that's where I'm located. Yeah, so I'm a big WHL fan, and I love meeting and talking to players and helping show who they are on and off the ice, and giving them more of a giving fans more of a picture of who they are past their stats, past their numbers that they wear on their backs. Coincidentally, goalies were what got me into hockey. I wasn't a hockey fan until I realized how awesome and weird and amazing goalies were. They are what dragged me into the sport, and so I decided that it would be fitting if we kicked things off with a goalie-centered episode. So today, I have the honor of bringing on two WHL goalies. And we are going to talk to both of them today and just get a good little intro to who they are as the regular season approaches. And it is going to be fun. And also, because this is the first episode, it may be a little awkward. It may be I may ramble a bunch, kind of like I am now. And so I just wanted to thank everybody for being so patient with me and so wonderful as I find my footing and get situated right and get into the groove, as it were. So thank you so much for rolling with me, and I'm excited to see how this grows, how I grow, how players grow throughout the team and throughout the season, and onward. So very excited. As I mentioned, we are going to be bringing on a couple goalies from the WHL, and I will be happy to introduce both of them to you very shortly. Each interview is not very long, about 10-15 minutes, so it's a nice little thing to pop on, listen to while you're eating dinner, or just chilling before you got to go to bed for work in the morning. I don't know. I don't know what your life is like, but I appreciate that you're spending your evening with me as you're listening to it. I'm going to stop rambling and jump into the action. All right, let's go ahead and introduce our first guest. Thank you. Alrighty, so first up, we have the goaltender Luke Brunen. He is joining us from the Portland Winterhawks. Wanted to say hi, good afternoon. How are you doing today?
Not bad, you?
I'm good. Thank you so much. Alrighty, we're going to go ahead and just dive right into the questions.
All right.
So just because the preseason just ended, right? And we're going into the regular season this weekend, actually. How, just looking at the WHL in general, how different is it compared to AAA or other leagues that you've played in?
It's quite different. Shooting tempo and where the guys place the pucks and their accuracy and their patience in front of the net. It's actually pretty crazy. It's close to professional, so
right.
I'm excited to see what happens and excited for future opportunities with the team and ready to go.
Awesome. Absolutely. So because the preseason is just over, how do you think you did?
I played pretty good. Besides the last game against Spokane, I struggled, but everyone has a bad game every once in a while. That's really it. But against Everett and Seattle, I think I played pretty good, especially Everett. That was a fun game. It was
absolutely, yeah, that was a really good game for sure. So what are some of your strengths of the Winterhawks this season that you want to highlight that fans should keep an eye on as we're going into the regular season?
Oh, we're a fast team. We like to play physical. we're a hardworking team. We don't stop working, and we're always ready to go when the time comes.
Love it. What are some of your strengths personally that you want to highlight?
As a player,
Yeah.
I'm good at playing the puck. I like to move around the crease pretty good, and I'm very smooth, and I play with lots of confidence, which helps my team win games. So
Absolutely.
no, that's really about it. I have good size in the net too, which helps.
Perfect. Would you say that you're more of a like stay in the crease, let the other players take the puck kind of guy, or do you like get out there and battle?
I'm more of a stay in the crease kind of guy. I don't like to push guys around too much, but I'd rather not get into that kind of scrum and that kind of penalty on my own. So
Yeah, right. That for sure, for sure. Going into the regular season, which team, any team, are you most excited for to have the opportunity to play against?
probably Regina Pats be one, playing against Bedard and guys like that.
Oh my gosh, yeah, absolutely.
And then also playing Kamloops would be nice too. That'll be a good game because I have buddies on that team.
Of course.
And then just going back to Saskatoon and playing there. That's where I'm from. So
Right.
I'm from right outside of Saskatoon, so that would be nice playing there in front of my home crowd. So
Yeah. So besides Saskatoon, out of any WHL team, pretend that the Winterhawks never existed, right? They were never created, never formed. Which WHL team would you want to play on?
I don't know. I can't say Seattle because that's a rival. So I'd have to say, I'm gonna go Edmonton.
There you go. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Gets cold
Awesome.
there sometimes, but I'm used to the cold, so it wouldn't be that bad.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, I just moved up here from up to the Pacific Northwest from Texas, which is known for
Oh,
so like
yeah,
that's an adjustment for me.
yeah.
Yeah, it's been a few months, but I'm still adjusting. So which team do you think is like the best to play against that gets the fans going the most besides like the obvious rivalry against like besides the obvious rivalries, which team would you think the best would be to play against?
Um, well, Seattle would be one, obviously,
For sure.
and going up north and playing the BC teams like Kelowna and Vancouver and
Oh
teams like
yeah.
I think those teams would be pretty good to play against, especially Kamloops too, and
Oh
PG.
yeah, absolutely.
Knocked them out last year. I think that'd be a good game against them.
Right. Yes, absolutely. I agree. Okay, so when we're looking at not just the WHL, but just any league you've ever played in, which goalie tandem would you say would be your favorite that you've played with? Who's your favorite goalie that you've played with so far?
Alex Worthington. He plays on the Edmonton Oil Kings, and he's
Yeah,
one of my buds, and he's a good guy. I played with him for 3 or 4 years, and he was one of the best guys I've ever met in my life.
love it. I love how fast you answer. That's great. I already asked that. Perfect. This one's a good one. Which underrated sorry, let me rephrase that. Which underrated team member would fans or should fans most keep an eye on this upcoming season?
Oh, I have to say Josh Zakreski. Look
Oh,
out,
absolutely.
the fast player. He's thick. He uses his body, and he's a hard worker. So, and he's from Saskatoon too. So,
Is he really? Gotcha. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because I saw him play at the end of the season last year, and it's really good. So that's
yeah.
I second that for sure.
Uh,
Who would you say is your goalie idol? Like, who do you look up to the most as a goalie?
Carey Price, 100%.
Gary Price, perfect, love it. Who would you say do you model your play after? Is that also Price, or is that another goalie?
I try to model it after Price, but I think
Mhm.
Jacob Markstrom's a guy. He's big. He plays the puck good, and he wins teams games. So I think he's one of the guys that I try to model my game off of right now.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a definitely a good one to model after. If you Sorry, I just like jumped into a question without actually having a question in my head. How would you say your style has how would you say your style has developed as you've grown as a player? How has it grown?
I think just being able to read the shots and read the play as I grow older, and like last year playing in AAA, I think it was a really big. It wasn't a learning curve. I jumped into it good, but it
Right.
really as a player, I got put with some older guys, so it really helped me. Got to kind of know the ways around, and obviously being down here in Portland for the last little while, I've got to know the ropes a little bit better and know what I need to do to get better. And that's
Absolutely. Sorry, did not mean to cut you off there, my bad.
fine.
Perfect. So when on game days and such, what are your rituals or superstitions?
Well, usually an hour and a half before I leave to the rink, I like to do a little stretch, maybe hop on my bike a little bit that I have at home.
Nice.
That's really it. And then eat about an hour before I leave.
All
And
right.
depends what it is. Either if it's a morning game, we gotta leave, or not a morning game, but a game where we have to leave in the morning.
Of course.
Usually eat like eggs or something like that. But then if it's an afternoon game or a night game, I try to eat spaghetti meat sauce, something big and carb that will help me. That will
Oh,
fill.
definitely. That's
And then,
great. Are you a pregame nap guy?
no, I like to lay around, just kind of watch Netflix or whatever. But I don't nap. I've tried to, but I can't.
That's interesting. You're the first player I've talked to who said no for that question. That's funny. Um, so if you weren't playing hockey, right? If you weren't pursuing a career in hockey, what would you like? What profession would you go into? What profession would you want to be?
I don't know. I think police work's pretty cool. Stuff like that. Still
Yeah,
fit, or even going into other sports like basketball or lacrosse. I played growing up, so those would be two things that I'd like to do eventually, or even getting into business and stuff like that would be pretty.
yeah, that's definitely like a solid backbone there. That's really good. Um, what is going back to like the off season and such? What's your favorite thing you've done in the off season?
This past off season, I got to go to U17 Team Canada camp. That
Yeah,
was fun. Got to know lots of good guys, and it was a good experience overall. And I'm hoping to get my name called in November for
absolutely.
the black, red, and white tournaments. So that would be pretty cool if I can get my name called in that.
Absolutely. Fingers crossed for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. I think you have a shot for sure. You've definitely shown yourself. I Cool. So going ahead and gonna segue into, I offered the chance for fans to ask you a couple questions,
Okay.
and although because this is a brand new show and really people really don't know much about it yet, I only got a couple. So, but as we grow and as we keep going, I'm sure we'll get more. But the first one was from Anushka, and she was wondering, what would you tell a non-hockey fan to get them into hockey?
It's a fast-paced sport, and sometimes you go to a hockey game and a fight breaks out. So, or sorry, I got to word that different. Go to a, you go to a fight and a hockey game breaks out. So
There you go.
fun to watch. It's entertaining. So I bet you.
Amazing. Good answer. Good answer. From Thomas, I am going to have to read this word for word because I don't remember how he worded it. It was great. Oh, cool. All right, I'm reading this word for word. He says, "If you could catch the pucks with your helmet, would you?"
It depends if it hurts or not.
For sure, of course.
Hurts, I'd rather catch it with my hands. But
Yeah,
if it doesn't hurt, I'd gladly catch it with my head. I think that'd be pretty cool.
I think it would look cool. I wonder if he's thinking like if there's like a special design to catch it like with your mask. I don't
Yeah.
know, but that's cool. And he his second question was how many fights are you hoping to get in?
Oh boy. Uh, if the time comes, I might not. We'll see. It's not to decide. It's up to the coach. So we'll see what happens.
Love it. Awesome. Well, that is oh wait, no, I have one more. So sorry. Jumping ahead of the game already. What is your favorite animal?
Um, I think turtles are pretty cool,
Love it.
and maybe a cougar or something like that, something fast, or a cheetah, some kind of tack
Awesome.
or something like that.
Yeah, I gotta balance the fast with the slowness of the turtle.
Exactly.
Love it. That's great. Do you have any pets at home?
I have a dog named Oliver and a
Oh, amazing. You said you had a cat as well?
cat as well. Yeah.
Amazing. That's funny. I have a cat named Oliver, so that's great. Awesome. Alrighty. So as I mentioned, that did go by pretty quick. We are go ahead quick. I meant quick. We are going to go ahead and end this up. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Again, you are awesome, and I really appreciated talking to you. And best of luck with the Winterhawks this season, and
Yeah.
wherever you end up. I wish you the best of luck with your career.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. It was fun.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. You have a good day.
Bye.
Today, I have the honor of introducing the guest goaltender, Manny Panghli. I wanted to introduce him to you guys and give you guys a good look at who he is off of the ice and everything. He is an awesome player, and we're just wanting to bring him on and show you guys a bit of how of who he is. Disclaimer before we jump in, this is obviously the first episode of everything, so as we figure out, I may ramble a bit. I am still trying to get my footing and everything, so thank you to everybody watching for being awesome and for being patient with me as I find my footing. And thank you to the team at Spokane for helping me get everything set up and everything with Manny. We really appreciate it. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and add Manny in, and then we're going to jump into the questions. Hello, Manny. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for joining in. This shouldn't be more than 15 minutes or so. We're just going to probably not even that. It'll probably be pretty quick. But we're just going to go over questions. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. Alrighty. So the first one, it's just like a right off the bat, we're jumping in. How would you say the WHL is in comparison to the other leagues or other teams you've played in?
It's such an amazing experience to be down here. It's unbelievable. Just the guys, everything. It's a true pro experience when you're down here, and just the way everyone treats you, from management to our trainers to Dave Caddy, like everyone. It's truly first class organization here.
I love it. Is the level of play, how different would you say the level of play is there?
It's a big jump for sure. I'm 16 when I came up here. I was pretty amazed my first few times watching some guys just skate around. It's awesome. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's the best level you can play at. So everyone wants to be here. So,
well, we're glad you're here for sure. Awesome. So out of all of the goalie tandems that you've played in, out of every partnership that you've had playing, who would you say is your favorite goalie to play with?
My favorite goalie to play with, it's got to be Mason Beaupit. He's honestly such a great guy. He's helped me out so much. My first year when I came down here, me and him, we were in the hotel together in the bubble, and he's just such an amazing guy, and I can't thank him enough for everything he's done for me.
Love it. Great answer. What is the favorite thing you've done this offseason?
I played a lot of golf this off season. Actually, that was me and my dad and my friends. We'd go out. I'd try to go out 3 times a week, 4 times, just relax and just do something fun and unwind.
Awesome, love it. Alrighty, so the preseason for the Chiefs just ended, and we're going to be jumping into the regular season start this weekend. And through the the preseason, what would you say were your 3 strengths that you saw in your team this season, and that we as fans could watch for this for the regular season coming in?
Just like team morale, our coaching. Like, we love our coaches. We all want to be here this year. I think years past it wasn't like that. Like, everyone wants to be here. Everyone wants to compete. Just like our young guys were coming up, and I think everyone just a year mature, year older, and I think you can watch for that too. And our speed, we're trying to work on our speed, and we're working on a lot of things right now, and it looks good. So we'll see.
I love it. That's exciting.
Yeah.
How do you think your preseason went?
I think it went well for the team. Even in camp, we just kept getting better and better, and that's what we want to do all season, and then just keep working it until March, and then just keep getting better. That's our goal right now.
Heck yeah, rooting for you. If the Spokane Chiefs did not exist, like they never existed, they were never a team, which WHL team would you want to play on?
It's got to be the Blazers, hometown. I mean, can't go wrong with a hometown team.
I should have seen that coming. Absolutely. Yeah. That's great.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. So you've played against the Blazers, but which team would you say would be your favorite to play against? Like, in terms of just the arena, the stadium, or just the team itself?
It's gotta be. I really like playing in Seattle, to be honest. Like, the fans, they get in your face, and it really helps us out. I think we love it down there. So.
Love it. Yeah, it's always fun. It's always fun, like, as a fan, when you're going to games that are away games for your team and cheering on the away team while the home team is like everybody else. That's